Hey folks, remember, mistakes are free. Hey, that's my poor imitation of Joe Robinson doing the Beatles' Can't Buy Me Love. You can learn to play that a lot better than I can play it by going to Joe's lesson on YouTube and learning it. After all, that's where I learned it, and I had to simplify some of it for me. But I think this may be a keeper. This is my new guitar that I wanted to tell y'all about. If you came here from my shorts, I told you I'd tell you about my new guitar. Uh, First of all, let me take this out, and you'll notice that it's not even in my left ear, and that'll be part of the story that's coming up later. But this is my new guitar. It's an Epiphone 339, and just got it in. It's in a cherry finish, beautiful cherry finish. I don't think the camera does it justice. You just about have to see it in person to appreciate it. I was really torn between this and the vintage Sunburst, but I like the cherry. Now, I'm not going to give you an in-depth review of this thing. I'm still learning this guitar. It's pretty new to me, and I'm trying to figure out all the tricks and twists and turns that go with it and all this stuff. But I will say a quick word to you guitar people about why I chose the 339 over the 335. The 335 being the iconic guitar, I didn't even know they made a 339. But when I've played a Telecaster since the mid 90s, and I wanted to get something different. And my first thought was a 335 because it's so different. It's semi-hollow bodied, whereas the Telecaster is a solid body. It's humbuckers instead of single coils and so on. But in looking that up, I stumbled across the 339. Now, some people choose the 339 because it's a smaller body size. It's basically just a shrunken down 335. But that's not why I chose it. I listened best I could to numerous clips of comparisons between the two. Honestly, I could tell very little difference with my hearing. I don't know if that had an effect on it. I tried to use headphones. I tried to listen carefully to everything, turn it up loud so I wouldn't miss anything. If there was a difference, I actually preferred the tone of the 339, but I don't think it was anything that couldn't be tweaked by setting the amp or effects or something to get the same tone out of anything else. The reason that I chose the 339 was the input jack. On the 335, you know, you plug your guitar to the amp on the top of the guitar here. And over the years playing guitar, I don't know how many times I've stepped on the chord or been sitting down playing and stand up, be standing on the chord and pull the chord out. I could see myself, if it was going in the top, creating a big crack or worse, tearing a chunk out of the top of the guitar. So I wanted mine like this, where it plugs in. This is my Mustang Micro amp, which is the amp I went through on this song just now, as bad as it was. But anyway, that's the story of it. So you'll be seeing some of this in future videos, and I'll tell you more about it as time goes on, and I'm full of crazy stories. If you've hung around this long in the video and you came from my short video, I told you I would tell you a funny story about the short. Well, here it goes. I'm an old man. I'll be 64 next month, and never pictured myself doing anything like this. I'm just a hobby guitar player. You'll notice if you listen closely to that song, you may not have to listen that close. You'll find several mistakes in it, but like I said, mistakes are free. I just play for fun and have a great time. Nobody enjoys it more than me. I just am a hobby player. But I am learning new tricks. I thought doing this YouTube thing would be a blast for me. It would help me to get better, maybe eliminate some of those mistakes that you hear. And I do think it's helping because I have to really concentrate and try to get these takes. I probably will never get one in the first take anyway. But anyway, that being what it is, I've never recorded anything other than when I was a kid on cassette tapes. So I was trying to figure out how to make a better quality. When you watch my videos, you'll tell they're not professional, real easy. So I picked up an interface, this Focusrite Scarlett Solo. I've been using the Mustang Micro amp, and I wanted to go through it because I really like the way it sounds, even though it's a headphone amp. And it's set on the 65 Deluxe Reverb, if any of you's wanting to know. But anyway, you should have seen me trying to get all these things connected and plugged in and making this thing work. And that was a show in itself. But I was trying to make that short. I told you I would tell you the funny story about that particular video. Well, the first one I made, it turned out too long. It's like, as you know, they can only be 60 seconds maximum. So, but anyway, I thought I would listen back to it and see how the recording went. And I started with the guitar, just like I did today. And I was listening to the guitar, and I thought the guitar itself sounded pretty good. Not the playing, but the guitar. And it went on. And then when I quit playing and I wanted to talk to you and invite you to this video, I was listening back and there was no sound whatsoever. It was just dead silence. And I thought, what have I done? I go back through all my connections. I'm trying to check everything, checking the power, checking everything I can think of. I spend quite a few minutes trying to figure it out, and turning volumes up and down and unplugging and replugging and all that kind of stuff. And finally, it hit me. If you noticed, I mentioned when I took these out of my ears, I did not have one in the left ear. Thus the name of my channel, One Ear Guitar. I can't hear a thing in my left ear, and it recorded the voice in the left track in stereo. So it was there the whole time, but I couldn't hear it. Sure enough, I thought of that, and I put the left one in my right ear, and I could hear the voice. Okay, but that's just the beginning of my troubles. Like I said, the video was too long, so I had to figure out how to redo it and cut some out. And so I go to try to play. I get everything set up. I'm relieved that you can hear my voice, and I start to try to play, and there's no guitar sound. No guitar coming through my headphone. I stopped. I thought maybe I forgot to switch back. I changed earbuds around, and still no sound on the guitar. Well, this Mustang Micro, this little amp, it plugs into the guitar. It's rechargeable. It had lost its charge. It was dead. So I had to plug it up, give it time to charge before I could try to finish that video and make it. So anyway, that's the kind of things I'm going to be running into making these videos. So hope you like that. Like the video, leave a comment. Hopefully they'll get better soon. I'll be practicing. Like I said, an old man learning new tricks. See you next time.